finally get to speak with the ignorant little dweeb who seems to think he has authority over the one who began this channel. The original architect of fear. Well, mask face, let's start off with the title of this video, shall we? Whose name happens to appear first? Allow me to answer that for you. Ours. And do you think Lieutenant did that by accident?
Say what you wish, Watcher, but we will not stoop to such depths of pettiness.
So, we finally face off, and you cannot fathom enough courage to say a word to me? Well, how disappointing. But what did I expect? I mean, how could it even be labeled a face-off when you're too terrified to show your face?
You see, the difference between you and I, Watcher, is that I am here simply because I was instructed by Lieutenant to be, but you begged for this, you pleaded for this, and although your petty wish was granted, that does not mean you will receive the face-off you so desperately desire. You see, we will give you absolutely nothing, and we will starve you of the one thing you crave, a response from us, for we will never partake in such ignorant behavior. Especially, not with you.
Oh, well, you see, that's your problem. You are all too predictable. Of course you would attempt to take the moral high ground. But guess what? I have a few little tricks up my sleeve for tonight. So go ahead. Hold your morals high, but mark my words. On this night, those morals will come crumbling down.
We care not for your threats.
Cast your attention behind us. Anonymous, you see here all of your precious little videos. But there has always been one thing that has irritated me about your series. Do you know what that is? So generic, so distasteful. Your thumbnails. So, being the thoughtful friend I am, I have redesigned them for you. And I feel this new design really translates to the viewers the true power we hold. I call it the Destroyers of Evil and the Protectors of their own virginity. Oh. What's that, you ask? Did you really change them all? Well, go and see for yourself.
You have no right to challenge the authority of the anonymous name, or manipulate Lieutenant's thumbnails without permission.
No, you are correct. We have no right. But tell me, what are you going to do about it? That's what I thought. You know, it is such a shame. What a letdown you have become. So caged in your own morals that no matter what we do, you will not do a thing to us. You see, viewers, while most people are called two-faced figuratively, Anonymous here, well, he is truthfully two-faced in every aspect.
We wear this mask to hide our identity, because unlike some, we do not yearn for a following, or need to seek validation, nor fame, or reputation. We do this for those in need. We do this for them.
We do this for those in need. Oh, but of course. Because you are the ears of the deaf and the eyes of the blind. Correct? That's your little saying, isn't it? Well, it only makes sense that any fans of yours would have to be both deaf and blind.
You will not dare disrespect those we protect, again.
How terrifying. So I see Lieutenant gave you no eyes behind that mask of yours. Do you wonder why that might be? Do you want to know my guess? My guess is that it's to illustrate your series' lack of vision.
Watcher, do you think your quick wit will be able to mask your insecurities forever?
Oh, how sweet of you to think of my insecurities. Unfortunately, the only one with insecurities is you, Anonymous. Because we are in your securities. Say night-night to the viewers.
You will not dare.
I'm sorry. What was that? Now, I would like to apologize, viewers. As you all know, I love nothing more than to entertain you. But tonight's face-off was quite simply a massacre. So to all of the fans of Anonymous, I do hope you don't feel too disappointed in your pathetic hero's attempt to fight back. And do please continue to endure his terribly repetitive, irrelevant series. I do not wish for poor Lieutenant to suffer the consequences of Maskface's inability to defend himself. What? You will stop this now.
So, you wish to talk about wits? Very well. Tell me, Watcher, why do you laugh uncontrollably throughout all of your videos? Could it possibly be because even you know that they are a complete and utter joke? And what a cruel contradiction, Lieutenant renaming you the Watchers, yet even with the name, that's the one thing you still lack. And popularity. Let us talk about popularity. Tell me, Watcher, what is the most popular video on this channel? Or how about the second, third, fourth, or fifth?
Oh, how adorable indeed.
Do you see the pattern here, Watcher? How does it feel, knowing just one of our episodes has the same amount of views as all of yours, combined? Insignificant. Belittled. Or maybe, irrelevant.
Oh, very well played, Maskface. But I will have you.
Yet you boast that your name is first in the title, to gain more attention. We find it intriguing that you are one to talk about title manipulation, considering you used our title for your first episode to trick people into actually watching you. Do you remember that, Mr. Popular? And finally, even in the face of overwhelming facts and underperforming videos, you still claim popularity. Well, if this is true, Watcher, if you are the most popular series, the rightful kings, and even if views were not taken into account, tell me, why did your first series die?
Oh, please, Maskface.
You have tried so desperately to dethrone us, and even with your series being revived, even after we gave you almost a year to catch up, even after you begged and pleaded with Lieutenant to remove the one thing that divides us from the people we condemn, our morals, just so people would find you more interesting. Even after all of that, you could not garner enough attention to dethrone the rightful kings of this channel. So please continue with your careless, childlike bad boy attitude, and your complete lack of care for moral boundaries, because you are no concern of ours, for a king with no throne to sit, nor crown to wear, is hardly a king.
Bravo, bravo indeed. But there's just one teeny tiny issue I have with your view on moral boundaries, Anonymous.
We have fulfilled our obligation to Lieutenant. We will no longer entertain you with the
You
response.
see, in our line of work, Mask Face, the consequences of failure are many. And so you can boast about the high moral standards that govern you. And you can condemn us for the absence of such morals. But what happens when your target steps past the boundaries that you set? What happens when you can no longer reach them as they run further into the fire? The fire you started. What happens when you can no longer defend those you were contracted to? What happens when your own precious morals stand in the way between doing a bad thing for the right reason and allowing a bad thing to happen for the right reason? Between protecting an innocent girl from being attacked or allowing her to become a victim again. Do you remember that, Anonymous? You see, you may claim the throne, but so heavy weighs the crown. King.
You quickly approach the line drawn in the sand. If you cross it, there is no going back.
Oh, please. It was Anonymous Hacker Trolling Episode 11. Let's take a little look at the power of Mask Face's precious morals, shall we?
You best tread very carefully.
Or what?
I swear I'm going to fucking
You
find
gave me a
you!
chance. You ignored it and responded in arrogance and
Fuck
anger.
your chances, motherfucker!
Your fate was in your control, and you, Aaron, let this happen.
Yeah! Well, guess what you just let fucking happen? You thought Louise's dog getting killed was bad? I'm gonna fucking go to her house, and I'm gonna fucking kill her and her entire fucking family, you motherfucker! You don't even know who the fuck you just messed with! See what you can fucking do now, bitch!
And there he goes. You let him slip away, Anonymous.
You will silence your
You
tongue.
failed to drive fear into your target, and you let him slip through your hands. And you put the life of a young girl at risk, all because of your morals.
This is your
You
final
may
warning.
condemn our methods, but what's worse, towing the line of the law, or allowing a girl who trusted you to be beaten because of you. Because of your inability to do your job. You are, and always will be, responsible for every mark upon her face, and every tear that fell because of that. I wonder how long it took her parents to find her unconscious on the side of the road. No. You know what I really wonder? I wonder what her parents thought when they saw her lying there, beaten, after seeing the great job an internet hero did to protect their daughter from danger. If she wasn't pretty before, I bet she's a hit with the boys now.
You have crossed the line. You dare treat her pain as some kind of joke. You dare use this as an example to promote your sick ideals of anarchy. Tonight your acts of ignorance have cemented your fate. Tonight, a civil war emerges. Your existence on this channel once simply irritated us. But today marks the day you become an enemy of Anonymous. Although Lieutenant may allow your existence on this channel, mark my words, we will no longer provide a friendly resident here. We will no longer pardon your careless attitude. We will no longer stand by you make a mockery of all that we stand for. And we will no longer uphold our peace treaty. So you best expect us, along with your downfall.
Well. I suppose this is the beginning of our civil war. I, for one, welcome it. Nothing like a little bit of anarchy to keep things interesting.